Coco Gauff recently hired her former junior coach that helped her win 2 junior championships, Gene Farrell. Now, he's going to work in addition to Brad Gilbert, so we're going to see how they mesh together. Now, if you're not familiar with Coco's game as a teenager, she was very, very defensive. A lot of topspin, very patient. As a professional, we've seen her defense improve. She's more of a counterpuncher now. Her backhand is top notch. But watching her play as a teenager, she was very patient, very good between the lines, and very patient with the forehand. I did feel early on in her professional career that she started to try and out-hit some of the older adult women. And I just felt that if there's any issue with her forehand, it kind of started right around her first year and a half on the main tour, where she felt she had to just hit and overpower opponents and rush that forehand. We're going to see what Jean does to help get her back on track. Not that she's off track, right? She's a slam champion by 19. I think she's doing amazing, but we're going to see the improvement. So I'll be watching her game very closely in these upcoming weeks and these big tournaments to come. Coco did say she feels that she should be the favorite for these tournaments like Madrid, Rome, the French Open. And she is. In case she doesn't know, newsflash, she's always, being the number 3 player in the world, she's always at least number 3 or 2 in the odds to win these tournaments. So we know that Coco's always a threat to go deep in these draws. She's always going to make it at least to the quarter or semifinals in a lot of these big draws because she's just that good. But this is the matchup here where Marta just threw the kitchen sink at her, ladies and gentlemen. However, it was a very close match. Coco took the first set. Marta took the second set. Now, listen, guys, I say it all the time. The hardest thing to do in a professional tennis match is close it out. Now, Coco Gauff was up a break in the third and final set. She had a chance to serve this match out. So regardless of any of the issues with Marta calling for the physio, whether it was intentional or not, to be honest with you, if I see a player calling for the physio and they're playing just as fast and strong as they was before the physio, sometimes it makes you question if they're really injured or, because they're behind calling for the physio, if they're doing it to slow down the other opponent. We've seen so many players do this in the past. I mean, Vika had a reputation for that for a long time. And look, there's a lot of money at stake. There's rankings at stake. Who knows? But Air Coco, guys, do you guys know how explosive and how much? Now, she recently talked about if she was a basketball player that she thinks she could give Caitlin Clark a run for the money. She said she thinks she could defend her. Not now because she chose to be a tennis player, but she said if she would have chose to be a professional basketball player because her dad played basketball and her mom, her dad said, look, you would be right there with all these other ladies in the WNBA or the top college athletes. I do think she would as well. I mean, have you seen her hops at the net? And matter of fact, I think I have a clip here. Who's in IT today? I want to show you guys Air Coco going after a volley. She's got amazing hops, amazing speed, and that's Jean, right? That's Gene Farrell. He's back in her camp. He coached her as a junior. 2 hours and 30 minutes on the clock, guys. Now, if that was Laura Sigmund, that serve clock would be at 0, and she would still be trying to take time. Look at Coco put that smash away. Nonetheless, guys, you have to like the Laura Sigmund joke. But nonetheless, in this match here, guys, Coco had an opportunity to serve it out. She just could not. Both ladies had 8 breakpoint opportunities. Marta was 8 for 21 on breakpoints. Unbelievable. Coco was 8 for 15. Marta had 10 double faults. Coco had 8 double faults, but she did have 3 aces. Both ladies struggling to get their first serves in play. I've talked about Marta's struggles to get the ball over the net. Coco is struggling tremendously with double faults, and I hope Jean can do something to help improve that. Both ladies struggling on the first and second serve. This was a very messy match. A lot of the numbers are identical. That shows you how close this match truly was. But Marta would prove to be victorious, guys. She was up big in the tiebreak at 1.52. Coco would battle back and tie it up 6-6 in the tiebreak. Marta would go ahead 7-6, and Coco had the opportunity on her serve to get back in this tiebreak and tie it up, and she made a mistake after what seemed to be at least a 20-shot rally. And Marta just played patient. She kept attacking the forehand, and Coco got those balls back, but she would eventually make a mistake. Marta's going to take on Marketa Vondrousova. That's going to be a very good matchup. Guys, I'm going to do predictions for the semifinal. Do you guys want that? Like the video if you want me to do predictions for both of these matches. They're going to be amazing matches. Tennis in a minute, the semifinal set in Germany. Other matches on the day, I will cover them. See you guys soon. Thanks for all the love and support. We'll be right back. Marta wins.